Okay, so the quality of immersion. Everything that you do in life has a certain quality. It either makes you happy, changes the world, makes somebody else happy, or changes the environment, changes an attitude, or accepts what is happening. Now, the quality of doing that activity has different gradations. Some people just do it for the sake of doing it. Some people do it with all their attention and focus. However menial the task might be, however regular the task might be. Let's take some examples. So let's say that I want to sweep a room. I can do a thorough sweeping. I can do a namke vaste superficial sweeping. Or I could really spend the time and make the sweeping meditative. But what I've really done is that I've immersed myself in sweeping. The end result of all of these ways of the mere act of sweeping might be similar. But what is important for the quality of immersion is the process of doing something. You enjoy the journey as much as you enjoy the destination. What makes you from good to great is the quality of immersion. People who are wonderful or great at doing something have immersed every part of their being in order to do it. You can see that in nursery school. I'm sure you've seen it a lot in your class. Some children give their all for singing a nursery rhyme. Those children will be very good in life in general, because to them, that's all that matters. Can you imagine every act or action that you do in life, you have spent 100% doing it? Then what will happen over a period of time to the end product? You'll become fabulous at what you're doing. Because you're practicing with perfection, and when you keep on practicing with perfection, there will be a certain professionalism and very heightened creativity that comes to the end result just because of the quality of immersion. When you immerse yourself in something, the dictionary says you're immersing yourself. It is something that goes into liquid. What is your body? It's more than 85 to 90% water based on your constitution. If all of these water molecules are immersing themselves, there will not be a buoyant or an upthrust nature that comes. You would be so involved in everything that you're doing. If you deal with everything that you're doing as just a task, there will not be any joy in it. I'll give you an example of a mundane task and show you the difference. Many people do their laundry. All clothes go in together. Socks, underwear, t-shirt, the child's clothes, towel of the house, everything. One load. The people who are slightly, better than that, they decide, okay, I'm going to do white separately and my colored clothes separately. Okay. But then there are people who say that I am going to immerse myself in doing my laundry. Not quite that, I don't think they will say it, but where they put the white separately, the colored clothes separately. And they don't want your socks swimming with your underwear. They do a separate round with that, those type of things. And while they do their laundry, they decide to throw in some aromatherapy oils. The washer is done its thing, you put the clothes onto the dryer. And you decide that after the drying cycle is done, that you're going to fold your clothes off and leave them as soon as they're out of the dryer. You check for dampness. And remember, you've used that aromatherapy oil, let's say lavender oil. You take the towels, it's infused with that lavender now, and you put them away in your shelf. So in a couple of days, it's time for you to change your towel. You just take your towel, wash your face and everything, you're wiping it. This fragrance of the lavender is still lingering. It automatically infuses a certain serenity to your day when you least expected it. So now, the quality of immersion has actually not just made you enjoy your mundane task of doing your laundry, it has created a very significant, paramount effect of lingering loveliness. Right? Now, let's say the people who are like picking their nose, doing this or doing that, sniffling, shaking their legs. And sometimes the argument has been, yes, they're completely immersed in that activity. That is just using the knowledge in the wrong way, right? Looking at it the other way. Another wonderful example is the arrangement of flowers, like we discussed this morning. You can throw a bunch of flowers together, or you can do ikebana out of them. Is that right, Mukul, with ikebana? Ikebana. Ikebana. So, you can either do that, and what happens is that the effect of that lasts longer. So whenever you practice the quality of immersion, the task is completed, but the effect of loveliness lingers. The other more beautiful thing about the quality of immersion is that it improves upon your responsibility. You start planning out everything that you have to do better. All the steps that it involves. And you will notice that over a period of time, you don't really have to refer back to those multitude of steps. That it in fact becomes your second nature to do everything to perfection. The quality of immersion creates excellence, where you will always be a step ahead. One of the favorite things that I like to speak about when I address students is that I tell them you need to think that competition is for other people, winning is for me. And it's a very true statement. The other day, Crystal was in my office and I was like, you need to just remember that, just that one thing. That competition is for other people and winning is for you. the only way to be ahead of your competition in life, which is inevitable because life is unfortunately very competitive, is by realizing that winning is for you. And winning can always be for you with that quality of immersion. You'll notice that with the quality of immersion, your quality of doing all your activities become better than another person who would do the same activity. Or sometimes you become your best competition. You'll start improving the same activity better and better as time goes by. And can you imagine the amount of people that you can inspire just because you have the quality of immersion? It is the quality of committing. The level of commitment that comes from people who have that quality of immersion is very divine. It's a very divine golden rule. Anything that they do is blessed. The quality of immersion gives you that blessing. And all your actions become very sacred. And they become extremely sincere. You'll notice that the quality of immersion and the quality of gratitude have a perfect marriage in your being, and it exudes from your innermost soul when you're doing each thing. And obviously with that, your awareness increases. Because the quality of gratitude creates appreciation. The quality of immersion creates a lot of poise and perfection. And combined together, it gives you a beautiful blessing and sacredness. So if everything in your life is sacred, the divine has to reside in you. And if the divine absolutely resides in you, you would not have imbalances. It will become a matter of honor. If your body is indeed a temple or gurudwara or a church or a mosque or a synagogue or a Buddhist temple or any other place of worship or spirituality, littering should not be allowed. You should not litter your mind and your thoughts and your actions in any way, shape or form. You should think before you eat. Think before you speak, and feel for anything that you set your mind to do. The type of lasting happiness that stems from the quality of immersion is unbridled joy. It makes you feel true to who you are and creates clarity for who you are meant to be. It helps you follow your heart with authenticity. And then there can be only joy, period. That's it. No uncertainties, no confusions, no dilemmas, nothing of that sort. Just clear, precise, straightforward, action that comes from a single voice, to the deepest pure soul, with no insecurities, no fear, no anger, no resentment, just joy. Wouldn't that be nice?